Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to say Shalom, Yakanakwath out there doing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. As you can see, I'm back. All right, call all Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. My voice, the way I sound is going to be a little bit different because I'm missing front teeth now. So, but it's all good. Things happen. That's why I really want to make a testimony soon. I don't know when it's necessarily going to come out, but a lot of different ideas. All right, because I haven't been actually making a lesson in a while. They've been reposts because the first one I tried to make, was just it was just so short. I felt like it could have been should have been longer, right? So I just started doing the repost so there was more edification. So but I'm back. All right, call all you Halbash Meow Shy for that. I'm feeling a little bit better. Teeth issues pretty much done. Still got this weird ear issue. It kind of affects my balance sometimes, but kind of makes me dizzy sometimes. It's just irritating. Feels like your ear's plugged. It's mostly just in one ear, but hey, what can you do? All right, just gotta wait for Yahalbash Meow Shy. I tried to keep that up with the lessons that I made. I believe this is the one that I did. It was May 12th. That might have been. That was the actual day that I actually got my teeth removed. Was May 12th, and then Wednesday on the 14th. Yep. So that's the only times I had to do it. So, but man. Try to keep up with the praying, hoping. I did a relaunch on this series because I thought about this series, and this is one of my favorite ones that I ever did. Spirit and Power Yahweh Shemam Shai. The true nature of the Edomite, and it just shows you what type of devils these devils are, man. And then, of course, going through chastisement. All right, I'm not sure. I feel like it's a mix of chastisement and judgment what I went through because I'm not perfect. I've done wicked things in the past, so we're always constantly going off. So we try to do better. And of course, I want to do the doubt as a form of unbelief. You get during this whole process, I've had doubt demons mess with me. And then, you're never going to get better. You're never going to get better. Well, here I am feeling better. So call all Yahweh me, I'm shy. And then, of course, we got to wait for our ride, Lord willing. And today, actually, I didn't know what I was going to necessarily do a lesson about until I opened up King James Bible Online here. And the verse of the day, all right, is Ephesians 6:13, which reads, "Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand." And I said, all right, well, that's a sign that we got to do another lesson about trusting in the Lord and, knowing that the Lord's, basically understand the Lord's going to take care of you. All right. The Lord is going to take care of you. And so I got a couple scriptures up on my phone here. Just got my Bible notes up. So we're going to walk through that and just go through it. Right. Let me grab a drink of water here. Cool. So again, bear with me. So S's are gonna sound weird because again, you need your front teeth for that. T's are gonna sound a little bit different. So I might sound a little different, but hey, Lord willing, it's still edifying, and you still get the edification from it. So I'm sure if I had if I got the front denture adjusted more, it would probably work better. I'm not even wearing it right now because it makes it even harder to talk. So and then, hey, man, quick little testimony. That's why you got to take care of your temple, man. That's why you got to take care of your temple because I neglected it for years. And here it is, you coming to the truth, and even when I was in the truth back in the day, I could have took a little bit better care of it, even now that I was in this truth, but I neglected it. So I was like, well, my teeth are already screwed, so what's good's it gonna do? And then I could probably save some teeth, honestly, but yep, that's what happens. So you gotta take care of your temple. You only get one, man. You only get one. In this life, you only get one. So you got to do it. You got to take care of it, or else you can end up looking like a toothless hillbilly like me. But I'm not one to. I don't have a vain opinion of myself or anything like that. So it's not something that's like, oh, my self-image. I don't really mind or anything like that. But some people do. Some people, especially if you're a woman, you don't want to be toothless. All right. But hey, man, it's just one of those things. You go through it, you live, you learn. and get your spanking and then learn from it, right? So yeah, man. So let's actually open up Ephesians 6:3 because there's more. I actually like this little image here. I want to say that. To I guess right here will work. But I actually wanted the verse. There we go. We're gonna go from 10. All right. Ephesians 6:10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." So, actually, we got to continue on. It says in verse 13, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." So, and we're gonna keep on going. Just a quick little intermission. We're not, in a boxing ring, all right, fighting people, all right, day to day. That's not something we do. Okay, we wrestle against principalities, powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, right? So, in order to understand that, really, let's get, a good thing to do would be go back up to verse 12, copy it. We can open up the Blue Letter Bible here, see what it gives us. So we're going to get some definitions here. So we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, okay, powers, all right, rulers of the darkness of this world, all right, which is, the elite, all right, the wicked, all right, Esau, Edom, spiritual wickedness, all right, and that's pretty straightforward, spiritual wickedness, all right, the evil that's going out in the society. So, I messed up. I clicked the wrong thing. Fuck you. Principalities. Right here. Fuck you. Says principality. Beginning, person, or thing that commences the first person in a series, the leader. The leader. All right. So leader against leaders. Yeah. Which pretty much already got rulers. But let's look up principalities. Let's go back. Verse 12. Principalities. In a broader sense, principalities can refer to a form of monarchy ruled by a prince or princess, and to a spiritual realm of authority. So, yeah, principalities, right? So, a monarchical state or feudal territory. So, again, these princes, these rulers, right? And powers against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. The wickedness and evil that they're putting out there, right? That's what we're wrestling on a day-to-day basis, right? And all the wickedness, for example, the things that they put in our food, things they put in our waters, right? That for example, that mess your teeth up, right? And even fluoride, they're putting that in the regular water. All right, that's why we just drink filtered water. And who knows what they're even putting in that? They got to be putting something in that. They're not letting you just get off scot-free, right? So yeah, Ephesians 6:13 says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." Notice that it says whole armor, okay? Whole armor. You don't want to have, here it is, you got a helmet, but you ain't got no chest plate, all right? Or you got a chest plate, but you ain't got no helmet, all right? Or your arms or legs or feet are left open. You don't want nothing like that, because what's the point? You should either be fully armored or not armored at all. All right, there's no point of just having on one piece of armor when you're leaving, other parts of your body exposed where they can get you that way. All right, if you came to me with a helmet, but you didn't have no chest armor, I'm not going to hit you in the head. All right, you got a helmet on. I'm going to get you in the stomach. All right, or if you're coming at me, and you, here it is, you have arm guards on. All right, but you ain't got nothing else on. I'm not going to hit you in the arm. I'm going to hit you anywhere else other than where you have armor. So you got to make sure you take that whole armor. Right, you can't leave gaps. All right, so to speak. So Ephesians 6:14 says, "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with the truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet." Let's go back up. So loins girt about with the truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. So that's the breastplate. All right, that's the part that goes over your chest, and then your loins, right? That's the part, that covers your jewels, right? So, and then verse 15 says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. So those are your boots, right? Those are your boots right there. And then verse 16 says, above all, taking the shield, you can't forget your shield, shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, because they're going to shoot those things out for you, right? And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly and make known the mystery of the gospel. So there you go. So again, you can't, leave off one part of armor. All right, that'd be ridiculous. Okay, you gotta have your armor. Gotta have your armor, right? Now, and our armor in this case is this truth in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and the Lord protects us, okay, through prayer, faith, and we have these opportunities, and you'd be wise to use them, right? And when you trust in the Lord, you got to trust in the Lord, because that's our biggest help, and really our only help. All right, is Yahweh Shem Shai. And you have these devils. They got their own forms of help, right? And let me grab a drink. My mouth's super dry. And these devils, with their forms of help that they got, right? And they've made weapons and actual physical armor and guns and tanks and bombs and stuff. Bear with me. When they go into war, they take their tanks, they take their bombs, their guns, right? So, and they're going into physical war, right? We're going into spiritual war. So when we're going into spiritual war, all right, we can't be dumber than an Edomite, all right? You don't want to be dumber than even an Edomite, all right? Dumb, base man, all right? Is going to take, their armor, right? Their plate carriers, their M16, and, the M4A1s, whatever the fuck they're using now. Multiple clips, all right? A tank, all right? All these different things, helicopters and planes. They're going to make sure they're armored up, all right? And they got all the stuff that they need to go to that battle. So us through Yahweh Shem Shai, we can't be dumber than an Edomite. We got to take what we need. All right, we need Yahweh Shem Shai. We need our armor. All right, we need our protection. All right, through Yahweh Shem Shai and prayer. All right, and our sword, our Bible. Right, we need all those things. We can't just forget them. All right, because we're going to battle without those things. You get your ass whooped. All right, if you don't have Yahweh Shem Shai, then that's going to be a quickly lost battle. Right, a quickly lost battle. And the Lord he's like our force field, man. Okay, he's like our force field. If the Lord doesn't want something happening to his people, nothing's gonna happen to his people. Now we have a scripture. Gonna get that. This is Matthew 19 and 26. It says, but Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with Yahweh all things are possible. So you got to realize that, things that would seemingly be impossible are possible through Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Things that are unfathomable, right? Things that you seem like something from a superhero movie or comic book or something, right? Those things are possible through Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So that's something you need to realize. It's, well, that seems impossible. Yeah, you're right, it does. Because with men it's impossible, all right? But it's not impossible through Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, being healed from a crazy sick illness that Esau would say, oh, you're never going to recover from this. Through Yahweh Shem Shai, you can recover from that. It seems impossible, but it's possible, right? There's a lot of different, miracles are miracles for a reason, right? So, what else? Let's get Psalms 27 and 3. Psalms 27:3 reads, how long have we been going? 15 minutes already. All right. I want to make sure I at least get to like 20ish, 30ish minute. Psalms 27:3. Actually, no, let's go from verse 1. Why not? Psalms 27:1, a psalm of David. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Fuck you. Of whom shall I? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Fuck you. When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. All right. I'm using this as an opportunity to learn how to repronounce words too, because I'm sure I'll get better with it in time, Lord willing. So bear with me. These first couple lessons, probably for a while, are going to be a little rough with how I sound, but I want to make lessons again. So, you know, Psalms 27:4 says, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple." Right here, verse 5. Boom. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. So, you know, we're gonna have, it's gonna be like, you know, if you're of the elect, it's gonna be like you're untouchable, man. All right, and you know, you're gonna be set up on this rock, impenetrable, and there's no way that you're gonna be able to get got. All right, that's the thing that you need to realize. You know, I've heard brothers talk about it. You know, end days. You know, people are like, oh, what if we're in a house, we didn't get to run or whatever. Well, the Lord can make it where your house literally vanishes. All right, and it's not even able to be seen. So that's something you need to realize. For example, I mean, a good example. I mean, I think about it. It's kind of didn't really like the episode, but if you've seen The Last of Us, all right, season 1, there's an episode with these gay guys, all right, but there's this prepper guy. I think his name's Bill or something. I can't remember. And you know. Let's see. Yeah, they were like rounding people up. All right. I don't want to play it because they might, you know, copyright me or do whatever. Right. He came out after because he was a prepper. And the whole town had been evacuated. He had a whole town to himself now. All right. This guy was a homosexual. All right. It was a good bad episode, man. It was a decent episode, but halfway through it just got really, really gay when he meets this guy, and it becomes unwatchable. It really does become unwatchable. But yeah, man, you know, it's just one of those things. So you know, and they didn't find him. Here it was. I think it was Fedra, all right, which was a fictional version of FEMA, all right. FEMA, it's a hard word to pronounce now. F are significantly hard. But so yeah, man. But it's one of those things where you could be hidden, all right? You know, some way like that, your house could just vanish, disappear. They could be right about to look at your house and they could trip over a rock and completely forget it. There's many different ways, man. Lord has a million different ways at his disposal. So, you know, you just gotta trust in the Lord and put on the whole armor, because we're gonna go through things. All right, we're gonna speaking of putting on the armor, all right, many are the afflictions. Even speaking through things that I've been going through. I'm not saying that necessarily I'm righteous. I mean, I'm trying to be. But Psalms 34:19, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. So, you know, if you're of the elect, you're gonna get through whatever you go through. It's not gonna be easy. All right, it might not always be easy, but you'll get through it. All right. So that's the Lord is our armor, man. The Lord is our armor. Um, let's get Job 5:19. Job 5:19 reads, "He shall deliver thee." Actually, well, let's get up. Let's get 17. Actually, it says, "Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up; he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles; yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee." There you go. In 20 it says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth." It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee." There you go. So, yeah, man, we gotta trust in the Lord at the end of the day, and put on that whole armor, and everything, not just in illnesses that we go through, everything, illnesses, jobs. If I'm gonna be able to pay rent, if I'm gonna be able to do this, how am I gonna be able to eat, if I'm gonna be able to get clothes, this or that, everything. We just gotta pray and trust in Yahweh Shemi Shai, because at the end of the day, look, that's the only help that you have. There's no reason trying to go and get, other motives or anything. Everything goes through Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right, even if you got to go to, like, per se, like I did, a dentist. All right, that's all through Yahweh Shemi Shai. If you're even gonna get the right help that you need or not, that you're gonna be able to afford it or any of those things, it's all through Yahweh Shemi Shai. It seems like you're going through man, but no, it's really through Yahweh Shemi Shai. And before I even went there, I prayed to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Before I got the work done, prayed to Yahweh Shemi Shai. In my head, when I was getting it done, I prayed to Yahweh Shemi Shai, because I know that at the end of the day, the men can only do things that the Lord allows. All right, and the Lord controls everybody. Everything is controlled by the Lord. So those, whoever, the Edomites or whatever, whoever's working on your mouth or working on you at the hospital or doctor or whatever, the Lord can make that person either fix you or not fix you. Okay. So that's what you need to realize, and it's not even that person that's really helping you. It's through Yahweh Shemi Shai at the end of the day, okay? Because many brother, I mean, I can attest for it. There was a time when I was getting my ass whooping, because I wasn't doing right back, early 2020. I went to the ER a bunch of times because I was going through health issues, and they never figured it out. 3-4 times, never figured it out. All right, and they ended up finding something, but it was ridiculous. I didn't think that's what it was, and prayed it away, and through Yahweh Shemi Shai, Lord willing. And I was like, no, it's not that, because it doesn't even add up. All right, and after a while, I just ended up feeling better anyway. So they ended up they never found out the initial cause, right? Which shows you that if the Lord doesn't want, to help you, all right, with whatever you're going through, then He won't help you. If He wants to help you, He'll help you. That's why it's wise to trust in the Lord and pray to the Lord, call upon Yahweh Shemi Shai, because you don't want to be on His bad side. You want to be on His good side, all right? You want that opportunity for help, okay? Let's get, let's see. What else do we want to get? How long have we been going? Oops. Get out of there. Come on. How long are we going? 24 minutes. Yeah, I got a little bit longer. Let's get, let's see. What do I want to get here? Yeah, let's get Psalm 16:11. This is Psalm 16:11. It says, "Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man." All right, because man without Yahweh Shemi Shai can't do anything for you. Again, that just he's gonna help me. Well, no, Yahweh Shemi Shai is gonna help you, and He might use that person to help you. All right, give you, like the brother said, if you bust your arm open, you need stitches. You'll probably have to go. Certain things you have to go to the hospital or dentist for, right? And it's not like you want to do it. Just sometimes you have to go. But you have to realize that those people there aren't really the ones helping you, right? it's all through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, for example, I'll give you an example. There's this little Asian lady there, all right, the dental place that I went to, that's known for being awful. He could have gave me her. Could have gave me her. He didn't. He didn't give me her. All right, she sat in. She was an assistant. All right, at one point, and messed things up a little bit, I think. But it wasn't too bad. But he ended up giving me someone completely else. All right, and he didn't have to do that. All right, it's all through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it's all through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So he can give you someone that won't do anything at all. All right, or he can give you someone that can do something, and it's all, again, that's why we always say there's no reason to brag, because even the Edomites, everything has been given. All right, everything has been ordained by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Say there's a really good dentist. All right, here it is. And the guy I got, he was an Edomite and a little prideful, but he was good at his job. But it's not anything that he should have been boastful of, because everything is laid out by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, everything's laid out by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That was already going to happen. He didn't make himself a good dentist or anything. The Lord, that was just his lot. All right, everybody has a lot. Even the heathens. The heathens are going to go do what they're going to do. Jake's going to do what we're going to do. All right, and that's how it goes. But everything's controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. No one has any reason to boast, not even the heathens, because if I'm a heathen, I'm really good at art. Cool. Well, the Lord made you. All right, and he already knew that you were going to be decent at art. All right, so there's no reason for you to brag about it. All right, it's not like something you did. All right, well, I studied. Well, yeah, the Lord was the one who even put it in your mind to do that in the first place. Everything was created by the Lord. All right, everything. All right, everything. So there's no reason for you to boast about it and say, "Oh, I did something special." No, you're not. You're not special, man. You're not. Okay. So vain is the help of man, because man can't help you by yourself. If you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you just go there, you're not praying or nothing, here it is, you're not in this truth. They're not gonna be able to do shit. All right, half the time they'll end up making you worse. Most of the time, all right, if you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai with you. So we need Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to help us, not the other way around. And sometimes, do we have to go to those people? Yeah, but that's still through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that we're getting that help. Because if we went to those places and the Lord didn't want to help us, we wouldn't get any help. All right, they'd say, "Oh no, I don't find nothing. You can go, yada yada yada. All right, you can leave. All right, you're fine. All right." Or he can make you go there and you leave still in pain. They don't give you nothing for it, right? So yeah, man, that's something you need to realize. What else? Let's see. Get Nahum 1:7. I'll get this and then one more, and that'll be about a 30-minute lesson. We'll do it that way. So, Nahum 1:7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. Let's get another one that's like this, and that's where we're going to close out. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So these two scriptures back to back are great. All right, I love these scriptures right here. So Nahum 1:7 says, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him." Now, if you go look up stronghold, it's probably going to bring up the game. Yep. The game's fine enough. All right. Still, it's a game about a stronghold, so that's a stronghold. Right? You have all these enemies out here, and you're right in here. You're right in here, all safe and sound, right? Are these some enemies? I don't know if those are enemies or not. I wanted to find one that has like enemies around it. We'll say that, yeah, this looks like enemies, but you're in there, all safe and sound. All right, and that's what the Lord is, like a stronghold, a high tower. All right, this one, Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord, the name. All right, remember you have to have the name. What is the name and what is the son's name if thou canst tell? All right, Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. I have a little picture that I actually made somewhere. Here it is. All right, showing you. All right, you see Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. All right, you see it right here. All right, you're right in there, man. You're right in there. And here you can have anything out here. Doesn't matter because you're in there. Doesn't matter. And the Lord's not going to allow you to be under siege if you're the righteous, if you're elect, and He's dealing with you, right? So, what do we learn today? All right, you learn that we got to put on the whole armor. All right, we got to trust in the Lord. The Lord is our help. All right, we learn that that no matter how inconceivable it might be to your human mind, that all things are possible through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and that the Lord is a stronghold unto us. All right, and a high tower, stronghold, strong tower, like a strong tower, stronghold. Right, same thing. And right here in Nahum 1:7, we'll close out with that. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knoweth them that trust in Him. The Lord knows if you're trusting or not. All right, and if hey, He can help you. He's the only one that can help you at the end of the day. So you'd be wise to trust in the Lord. You'd be wise to pray. All right, put on that whole armor. All right, utilize that stronghold of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to protect you and keep you safe from demons, people. All right, principalities. Like I said, rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, everything that you can be protected against. Illness, element. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has got you. All right, and you might go through things every once in a while, but it's good because the Lord's putting you through that chastisement. That's that refinement process. All right, that's that refinement process. Getting that dross out of you. All right, He wants pure silver, not silver with a little bit of dross and impurity, and He wants pure. All right, and the elect are going to be purified on this side. All right, the 2/3 they're going to have to be essentially purified through fire, and it's not going to be great. All right, but the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that number. We're going to go through hells and all sorts of different types of things on this side, and Lord willing, we'll make it out at the end, as a pure piece of gold and silver. So that's a lesson, right? I don't necessarily have a title for it yet, but through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we'll come up with something, I'm sure. But that's a lesson, man. So hey, trust in the Lord. All right, put your faith in the Lord. All right, and if you need help, call upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushua because He's the only one that can help. So that's the lesson. We're gonna close out there. Lord willing, I can continue on and making these lessons alive and well. All right, same with you, brothers and sisters. All right, and with that, we're gonna close out. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to say shalom to you, brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.